Right now on Thornton360, City Council looks to the new year, approving the 2017 budget. Thornton hosts 3 public meetings regarding the new Trailwinds Recreation Center. And watch your mailbox for a special holiday delivery. Thornton360 starts right now. Hello and welcome to Thornton360. I'm Todd Barnes, and we begin this edition with the latest from City Council. A public hearing was held regarding the 2017 City of Thornton budget. After a presentation from City Manager Jack Etheridge, the budget was approved.
I'm pleased to submit to you the recommended 2017 budget for the City of Thornton in the total amount of $347,746,714. The budget is balanced and provides for the delivery of city services, including targeted capital investments to implement the community outcomes and the levels of service that were established by the City Council in your council-approved work plan. In summary, the 2017 budget was crafted to deliver the community outcomes expressed in the council priorities and work plan, as well as the mission, vision, and values that have been adopted by City Council. I want to thank you, the Mayor and City Council, for setting time to talk about the community priorities and make decisions with regard to community priorities, devoting time and energy to incorporating those in the work plan. And it's the work plan that drove the budget. What you indicated that you wanted to achieve in terms of results for the citizens and projects for the citizens is in fact what was used as a guideline to develop the budget that we have discussed quite extensively.
Council also approved a resolution regarding an economic development agreement related to a new King Soopers.
Tonight we brought before you an incentive agreement. It's with Dillon Companies, otherwise known as King Soopers in this case. They intend to develop a 125,000 square foot King Soopers marketplace on the southwest corner of 136th Avenue and Quebec. And this development would provide much needed services in this area that is rapidly developing and rapidly growing with residents up on the northeast end of Thornton. So staff is recommending approval of the incentive agreement, which would provide a 50-50 sales tax sharing incentive on new sales tax collected over the course of 5 years, and it won't exceed $3 million.
To see the entire City Council meeting, tune to Xfinity Channel 8 or visit cityofthornton.tv. Thornton had a few issues on the ballot for the last election. Residents of Thornton voted against a 0.02% sales tax increase for special projects and also voted against a measure to allow City Council to establish standing committees. Voters approved a 5% sales tax on the sales of marijuana in Thornton and approved a measure to allow the police department personnel to engage in collective bargaining. For those of you that travel I-25 and Highway 36 these days, you've developed a familiarity with express lanes. You need to know that there will be some changes for these lanes at the first of the year, and you may need to find an additional car buddy. Joining me to now talk about the changes are Megan Castle from CDOT and Karen Stewart from Smart Commute Metro North. Thanks for joining me today, ladies.
Thanks
you
for having us.
Megan, tell me what's the headline for these changes?
So starting January 1st, anybody who wants to carpool on US 36 or I-25, you're going to need to have 3 passengers. So that's driver plus 2 or more. And that's a change that's going to start January 1st.
Okay, tell me why this change is happening now.
Well, there's 2 main reasons why it's happening. So we need to ensure trip reliability. So whether you're paying to be in there as a toll driver, or you're carpooling, or you're riding the bus in transit, we need to make sure that people are getting a reliable travel time when they're in that lane, and this is helping us with that congestion. The other reason is that the toll revenue that we will be collecting from that is going to help us with the infrastructure costs for adding that lane and then the ongoing maintenance and costs that are associated with it.
That's great information. The lanes have been in existence for a while. People are kind of familiar with it. What kind of campaign are we going to see to make people more familiar with what's happening?
Sure. CDOT wants to make sure that nobody's surprised when this change happens on January 1st. So we've been working with partners across the region and making sure that we're getting out information and solutions to people, whether they want to try to find a third carpooler, or if they want to try transit, or if they want to use the general purpose lanes. But we want to make sure that they can have that information. So you'll be seeing signs on the highway that will talk about this. You'll be seeing advertising campaigns. You'll see some traditional media. We're going to be working hard to get that information out. And we're also going to be working with Smart Commute Metro North. They're our partner here on this corridor, and they've got some great incentives to help people through this transition.
All right, Karen, that puts you up here. So let's talk about what Smart Commute is going to do to kind of give people some of the resources they might need.
Sure, thanks very much. Smart Commute Metro North is a nonprofit organization that works for transportation solutions, and we happen to have an incentive packet for anybody traveling on I-25 that commutes 5 days a week from here down to Denver or back up through this corridor. 3 options for them. If you're someone who would be willing to get out of your car and take transit, where we can give you 10 free ride pass to try transit on the corridor. If you're someone who is willing to get out of your car and join an existing carpool to make that 2-person carpool a 3-person carpool, all 3 of you will get an incentive of Amazon gift card after the first month and after the second month. A third incentive for anyone who would be willing to get people in their family or people they work with or a backseat driver into a new 3-person carpool. They will each get an Amazon gift card as well. The fourth incentive that we have is anybody who would be willing to take an open van pool seat. We have van pools currently running on I-25 corridor. Very often there's vacancies in those van pools, and we'll give anybody joining a new van pool an incentive to jump into that van pool. Our incentives are available on idrivei25.com. You fill out a small survey. If we can see that you're eligible for this, those incentives are available.
That's great. That's great. So here, this is the new transponder, relatively new, I guess, at this point in time. Tell me what's unique about this compared to some of the old ones that they used to have.
Well, sure. So there's actually 2 kinds of transponders or passes. You can get a sticker pass if you just plan to always ride in the toll road or the toll lane as a single driver, or in the future just with 2 people. Now this transponder is needed if you want to carpool. And the reason that you need that is that you can put it in this HOV mode, or you can switch it to toll. So it gives you 2 options for using it. But it also allows us to recognize that you're carpooling and to not charge you. And if you want to ride for free, we want to make it as seamless and easy as possible. So get this.
That's great. I'm going to get one for myself, as a matter of fact. I have 6 people in my family.
Oh my gosh. You know, I can also say over 100,000 of these switchable transponders have been distributed to date. So another thing that CDOT's doing to help people through this transition to HOV3 is to distribute these to people who are going to carpool only. We call them HOV purists. If you are at HOV purist, which means that you're never going to pay to use the toll option and you only want to carpool, you'll be able to get one of these for free.
That's great. That's great. Anything else I should ask you guys about? It seems like this is ready to go first of the year.
Well, this is ready to go first of the year. Another benefit that's happened on I-25 and US 36, it started in the middle of October, is that motorcyclists can use the lane for free as they have been, but this time they don't need to have an express toll account and pass. So motorcycles can use the express lane for free on 36 and I-25. If they're going to use the other corridors or the other express lanes or toll roads, they should have a pass, or they're going to pay a license plate toll. But that's some great news for motorcycles.
Some great information today about the express lanes and the changes coming at the first of the year. I want to thank Megan Castle and Karen Stewart for joining us. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thornton, we all love it here with our great parks, community pools, thriving businesses, and quiet, picturesque communities. That's why here at Thornton Water, we are constantly working to ensure you have the water you need when you need it. Thornton is a growing, successful community in a state with increasingly unpredictable weather, floods, and drought. It's a tricky job to constantly keep Thornton's water flowing in the present while looking toward the future. That's why we have the Thornton Water Plan, and it includes building a water pipeline from northern Colorado to our city to bring our water to Thornton homes, parks, and businesses. It includes building a state-of-the-art water treatment facility to guarantee your water is clean and safe when you use it. And it includes purchasing and developing additional water reservoirs to build up a year's supply of water storage, so water's there when we need it in spite of unpredictable events.
From a big picture standpoint, what it really does is allows the city to achieve the vision that it outlined in the City of Thornton Comprehensive Plan. Without a reliable water supply, the vision that's in the comprehensive plan wouldn't be possible. And the Thornton Water Project really positions the city well to meet the current and future needs of its water customers.
Conservation also has to be a part of any responsible water plan, and that's why Thornton Water also makes resources available to its customers so they can help save water and maybe save a little money on their water bill while they're at it. Thornton offers support and information about lowering household water use, rebates on low-flow toilets, and even setting the timer on your automatic sprinkler, which can make a big difference.
We live in Colorado, which is a semi-arid climate, and that means that even in a great year, we always have to think about the way that we use water. You know, even that water that goes out onto your landscape, that's water that has gone through our treatment plant and is out in our distribution system, and that costs money and energy to produce that water, and so there's never really any good time to waste water.
We also have information available to families and individuals who need assistance with their water bills. All of that and a lot more is available at thorntonwater.com or call 303-538-7370. It takes a lot to bring water from its source in the northern Colorado mountains through miles and miles of pipeline and treat it so it's safe to use in our homes, parks, and businesses. We want you to know we're up to the task and working hard to secure Thornton's water for today and into the future. For more information about the Thornton Water Plan and everything Thornton Water does to bring you your water, go to cityofthornton.net.
Thornton will host 3 public meetings regarding the new Trailwinds Recreation Center. The meetings are an effort to gather input and share information regarding the design of the new recreation center to be located at 136th Avenue and Holly Street. The meetings are December 15th at Rocky Top Middle School, January 5th at Carpenter Recreation Center, and January 12th at Anythink Library on Huron Street. Just in time for the holidays, watch your mailbox for the first issue of the Shop Thornton First magazine.
Shop Thornton First has been brought to the community by our Business of Thornton Advisory Commission. They created Shop Thornton First in an effort to market our local businesses. They started the marketing campaign about 3 years ago, and since then they've created the shopthorntonfirst.com website. This website allows residents to go on and find resources and services in the local community. There's a search feature on there, and there's information as to why it's important to shop Thornton First. The residents should shop local because it contributes back into the community as well as helps them with their local amenities and making Thornton a great place to live, work, and play. This year, the commissioners decided to create the Shop Thornton First magazine. This is the first magazine that we've had here in Thornton, highlighting our local businesses, information about the community, what's coming to the city of Thornton, as well as great sales and coupons for our local residents. So be looking for our magazine this November. It's going to have some great information and resources for our Thornton residents. And don't forget to shop Thornton First this holiday season.
And here's what's new on the Thornton business landscape. The Big R Ranch has its certificate of occupancy and is open to the public. Big R specializes in farm and ranch products, but it has a wide variety of other things as well. It's located at 3904 East 120th Avenue, occupying the 42,000 square foot store space previously occupied by Safeway. Arby's at 200 East 144th Avenue in the Grove also received its certificate of occupancy for its newest 3,000 square foot restaurant. The holiday food and sock drive is now underway. It runs through December 16th. Donated items will help neighbors in need this winter. There are a number of drop-off locations in Thornton, including the Recreation Center, Civic Center, and the Senior Center. For more information, go to cityofthornton.net. Thornton Police canines Nero and Belker recently posed for their official photos. These photos are a tradition usually extended to all human police officers, and now these Thornton Police canines are being welcomed into that tradition. The canines specialize in drug and explosives detection. That's it for this edition of Thornton 360. I'm Todd Barnes. Thanks for joining me. We will see you next time.